Last season on The Association, the Los Angeles Lakers' road to a repeat was far from easy.
Matter of fact, get your hands off me. Don't touch me the rest of the scrimmage.
The mix of personalities led to issues with chemistry.
Ron, you gotta know this. It's not about the back pick, down pick shot at the end. It's about the initiating part.
Inconsistency was an ongoing theme.
You can't repeat by doing the same thing. You gotta be tougher, you gotta be stronger.
But along the way, as champions always do, the team came together as one.
The Los Angeles Lakers have captured their second straight world championship.
As the Lakers celebrated, the only franchise with more titles, the Boston Celtics, looked on.
Game, set, match, season.
Now, 3 seasons removed from their 17th championship, the aging Celtics look to reclaim what they believe is rightfully theirs.
Gotta get back, baby.
One team.
Fist up! Fist up!
One season. All access.
Get you when you come back.
Welcome to The Association, Boston Celtics.
Coming. Nice out. Nice.
It is a Game 7 for the ages.
We felt like we left something behind when we lost in Game 7.
The Los Angeles Lakers have written a new chapter to this epic rivalry.
Thinking about what we could have been, it just changes everything.
The Lakers repeat back-to-back titles, and they have done it at the expense of their arch rival from Boston.
From the time the game ended, it hurt. You know, you start questioning things.
Tonight they didn't have Kendrick Perkins.
Injuries play a part in all this, JD.
You know, I still haven't got over just the whole situation.
Once you went back to the locker room and realized the trophy wasn't in your hand, you know, it settled in then and there. Like you lost your best friend or something.
Till today, I think about that situation, that feeling. It's a feeling that all summer I couldn't get out of my head.
Game 7. Game 7 has really affected all of us.
For the Celtics and the people of Boston, the pain of losing was quickly replaced by the fear of uncertainty. Over the summer, this team was in danger of breaking apart.
I know how hard it is losing. I've been on that end. But I could see in Paul and Ray and KG and Rondo, I could see and in Perk the determination that they wanted another crack at it, that they wanted to try this again.
But before the Celtics could move forward, Ray Allen and Paul Pierce would need to re-sign, and head coach Doc Rivers would have to put off thoughts of retiring.
I think the three of us was all kind of concerned about Doc first, and then Paul and myself was concerned about Ray, and then myself was concerned about Paul.
As much as Kevin Garnett wanted the dominoes to fall, the first one still had to be pushed.
It was a difficult process. My first thing was my family, and at the bottom line, if I thought that me coaching would affect my family in the wrong way, I was out. My family, on the other hand, pushed me to coaching. They really wanted me to coach, especially the kids. You know, they all, to a man, wanted me to come back and see if we can get this together and go for it one more time.
With Rivers on board,
I think you'll be happy you came back.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Allen and Pierce soon followed. The Celtics core was back in place, and they were ready to make another run.
Let's run it. Point. Just be a point. There we go. Go get him, Kevin. Read him. Nice, nice, nice.
The Big Three rejoined all-star point guard Rajon Rondo, power forward Glenn Davis, and high-energy reserve Nate Robinson, along with a group of veteran free agents, including a man who needed no introduction.
Well, we wanted Shaq, but yeah, there was reservations.
Could he still play? Would he conform to the way we wanted him to play? You know, is it all right for him to come off the bench? Would he be a role player for us? Or did he need to be the center of attention?
Sure. Laker, Minnesota, Let's do it. You remember?
Sometimes you have to put things in business terms. You know, when I was younger, I was the CEO. Everything was ran my way. But now, I'm an older guy, experienced gentleman, they have CEOs, so I look at myself as a consultant right now.
Been doing this 20 years. Still here, baby. Let's go.
And if it's all about winning, then you have no problem doing that.
Good pass.
You know what's crazy, man? This training camp has some of the same energy as 07 did. Like when we stepped in the gym today, man, everybody, you know, was there early. Like I just feel like we reliving that. It feels like a deja vu a little bit.
Like moments like this I cherish because I've been on teams where you don't have this opportunity. You know, when you continue to play with guys, all-stars, like at one point we had Kevin, Shaq on one team with Jermaine and me and, you know, Ray coming in, and it was just like, man, you felt it in the gym.
Get back. Still a little ass out there. Do it in the game.
It's cool. I got these guys for a couple more years, and the thing is, Paul said earlier, man, let's try to enjoy this year because we do have new faces, new characters, new episodes, and I just can't wait to get started.
Coming up on The Association, the Celtics face their first test on opening night at the Garden.
We are 2.5 hours away from maybe the most anticipated non-playoff game in the history of the NBA. One, you know it.
I think it's two good teams, two great franchises, and you know, I bet every time we go against each other, it's going to be a battle.
By late October, the anticipation for opening night was off the charts. The Miami Heat were coming to town. With LeBron, D-Wade, and Chris Bosh, some experts were picking them to win the East before even playing their first game.
You can say we're the team to beat, they can say it, but it really matters nothing what you say. At the end of the day, you got to prove it.
And the NBA season is underway. Gives it to Juniors, and he puts it down.
The Heat showed flashes of what they might become, but the Celts looked like what they were, the defending Eastern Conference champs.
Now Robinson's got a free one, and the little man with an easy lay-in.
I think what we're seeing is a team in Boston that has their identity. They know who they are. They're comfortable with each other.
Rondo, coast to coast, into Shaq, and a two-hand jam by the Diesel.
People not acknowledging a giant that's already been there and done it, that touched us in the wrong spot. You know, us as players demand respect.
Is Miami a team to beat in the East? I think we are.
Hey, listen up, guys. Great win. Way to hang in there. Great win. Let's get out of here.
While the Celtics were taking in their first win, 3,000 miles away, the Lakers hung their 16th banner.
Great night is going on right now in LA.
Yeah, we don't care. But you know what? It is a motivating factor, so hey, stay tuned.
The heart and soul of the Celtics, Kevin Garnett, started this season in a way few thought possible. At 34 years old, entering his 16th year in the league, he's been even more intense.
He's not out there trying to make friends or nothing like that. He's trying to win a basketball game. He like, man, whatever it takes.
There's no human being alive that can bring down Kevin's intensity.
I don't like KG.
Noah down the lane.
Very mean guy. I mean, where's the love?
You can see Kevin Garnett. He talks to himself. He pounds on the backboard support. He punches his chest. The man is full of intensity.
While KG wears his emotions for all to see, point guard Rajon Rondo is equally competitive, but he carries it in a much different way.
People see that quote-unquote poker face, and they read it wrong. Rondo is a fire. He has a fire in him.
He's quiet, but arrogant in a good way.
Looking right into the camera, right? Do I feel like I'm the best point guard in the NBA? Yes.
It's tough to argue with him. Through the first 5 games of the season, he dished out a record 82 assists.
24 assists tonight. Amazing.
But Rondo's been a work in progress.
There was a time when I sat down with Rajon and I said, Rajon, you know, here's 10 characteristics of a leader, and you don't fit any of these characteristics right now. It was a challenge early on because I think he wanted to be a leader, but he was trying to carve out his own niche amongst the Hall of Famers he was playing with.
Rondo, you gonna let me talk? You ready to breathe now? Tell these guys they got to get tougher and they got to relax. All right?
He had to earn their confidence that he knew what he was doing and that he was worth listening to. And it was not an easy transition for the elders.
Point to your guys. Tell them you're going. All right, they'll cover for you.
So, hey, yo, tell them don't help so much. Hey, Ray, I got the curl. When they curl, I got that fast.
Eventually, Rondo figured out there's only one way to prove you're a leader. Just get it done on the court.
Rondo, nice pass to Pierce. Perfect timing. And Rondo continues to be the best player on the floor.
Ray Allen said that sometimes this team has to remind itself to give the ball to Rondo and get out of his way.
None.
He commands his own space. Before, it was somewhat the three of our space between Kevin, Paul, and myself. But he has his own space. He commands it.
You don't know which way he's going to go. Up, around you, he does everything. He is a remarkable player.
Paul, Ray, Kevin, Shaq, they're great players, but they can't do it for 40 minutes, you know? So you needed someone else, and Rondo has been that someone else.
Necessarily born athletic, like you.
I disagree with you, Dr. Ray. I'm just saying, KG's an athlete. Nate is an athlete.
Chad, we grew up watching you play, dog.
I'm not an athlete. That ain't got nothing to do with athletic skill.
What does that have to do with it?
It's hard work.
So you trying to say you were never athletic?
My definition of athletic is somebody that starts off like that.
You're still an athlete, though.
Not an athlete. I'm just a good dancer. See?
That's athletic right there.
Twinkle toe, yeah. You see the toes? Look at the toes.
That's athletic.
I'm not athletic.
Nice. That's one. Go find the ball. Nice. 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 Oh, great action. Great action.
The Celts got off to an 8-2 start, and the team seemed to be benefiting from key off-season decisions.
Nice.
After Game 7, the first thing I told Danny Ainge is we need a 5-man bench to give our 5 starters rest, to give our veterans rest. And that's basically what we tried to go out and do.
The Celtics need to upgrade their reserves, open the door for a player who is desperately trying to return to the game.
For me to be sitting here wearing number 13 again, back here in the green, you know, my grandmother always told me, you know, you have ups, you have downs. If you stay the same, it'll come back around.
Delonte West began his career with the Celtics in 2004, the same year as Doc Rivers. West eventually moved on, but not before making a strong impression on his coach.
What's up, boy? How you doing? I tried to get a hold of you, man. You doing good? You are playing for the wrong team.
West has battled depression for years, His internal struggles led to an off-court incident last year. After pleading guilty to Maryland State weapons charges, he received a 10-game suspension to start this season. Not many teams are willing to take a chance on him, but Rivers trusted Delonte and knew he could help the Celtics.
I'm overcome with emotions that I haven't had before. It's like I've been given another shot at life.
Welcome to the club. Here we go, baby.
The visitors wait for
Welcome
me.
to the club.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here.
Nice steal by Delonte West. Delonte, good move to the bucket for two.
I tell you, he's going to be the leader of this second unit.
All this was almost taken from me. Basketball is my life.
Any new addition to a championship-caliber team has the potential to upset the balance. But it appears the Celtics are embracing change.
No good, offensive rebound. Shaq, the daddy, goes back up. First try, no good. He gets his own rebound again and throws it down hard.
And you can see why they own the best record right now with the Eastern Conference.
For now, team chemistry has been a source of new energy for this mix of veterans.
Seriously, out of my 8 years of playing in the NBA, this might be the craziest team I've ever been on, just as far as personalities. You got Hall, you got KG and Rondo.
It's important to pass down what you know to the young guys. That way, when they get older, they know how to conduct themselves. Especially this little hard head boy right here.
KG and Rondo is like those two brothers that grew up in the same house, but your mama always got to get on you about fighting, but y'all really love each other at the end of the day. That's those two. Me and Doc call them the two divas of the team.
I'm at you when you get back in February.
And guess what?
I'm at you. February.
Before it's like Shaq, Big Baby, well, Shaq and Nate. Big Baby didn't calm down a lot, but Nate and Shaq, man, they joke so much.
Shaq even said if I dunk on him, he got something special for me, man. So y'all gotta stay tuned to this, man.
I mean, it's a whole lot of characters on this team.
I'm gonna get you, Nate. I'm gonna get you.
We just have a lot of personalities, and you have to make sure you manage them.
Or you still want me to fist up all the time?
Yeah, because of the drive.
No matter what?
Yeah.
Not as much. And you know if he's not shooting, you don't have to go out, Shaq.
A lot of people are worried about personalities on this team, but if the personalities are all working for the same goal, they have to fit.
Shaquille O'Neal was looking dominant again.
You gotta love the big guy.
And the C's were playing great basketball.
And the crowd is loving the effort that Shaquille O'Neal has given him.
But things can change in an instant.
Delonte uses him nicely. Delonte goes down hard, and he's not getting up. And we got a timeout. That is not good at all.
After just 5 games back, Delonte West broke his wrist. And his future is uncertain once again. The city of Boston is bracing itself for a long winter. The Celtics must do the same. As they look toward their 18th title, they have to live up to a high standard. The Celts have more numbers retired than any other NBA franchise. One day, number 34 will take his place in the rafters. But today, the man he chases in the record books is making a rare visit.
How you feel? Good. Looking good as usual.
We're putting the ball on a play.
John Havlicek is not only the author of one of the most iconic plays in Boston sports history, he's the team's all-time leading scorer and one of the greatest to ever play the game. But more importantly, he's a walking reminder of what being a Celtic is all about.
I didn't know what that whole Celtic thing was about 7 years ago. But then when you get in the door and you become a Celtic, you find out that it's real and it's genuine. It's not something phony. It's such a team environment. You almost have no choice but to embrace it.
Doing good. I'm getting ready to go to Florida. I already know you're going to Florida. So I won't be back till May 1st. So I figured I'd come and see you guys one time before I leave. How's life, man? I'm okay. I'm ready to come back. Celtic pride and Celtic mystique, you know, there is something real to it. You know, there's just something that comes out of you knowing that you have that green jersey on. And I knew that players coming from other teams to our team all of a sudden were transformed into another way of thinking. Doing all right? You understand that you're taking Boston by storm? Me? Yeah, I'm not doing nothing, so I'm just coming here to win. Oh, yeah, okay. I just come here to win. Looking good, man. I'm honored to even have a conversation with great Celtics. Especially, Havlicek steals them all. Havlicek steals them all. Havlicek steals them all. Don't let him off the hook. Work him. He don't want none of that heat. He don't want none of that heat. That's too easy.
It's not uncommon for a Celtic great to observe a practice, but Hondo's here on business.
This guy now goes into here. This guy goes into here. So you got a triple high pick.
John, I always tell him, hey, if you ever have a play for me, draw it up. And, you know, he had a play for me. Yeah, this is not bad, though. I like this.
Takes 7 or 8 seconds to run.
Yeah. I like that.
There's plenty of championship experience at a Celtics practice. The starting 5 has 8 rings among them, but Havlicek has the same amount himself.
Nice ball! Nice ball! Fist up! Nice! Nice up!
His visit has sent a clear message.
You gotta play harder. No excuses.
It's not enough to be a future Hall of Famer.
Fist up! Fist up!
This city expects titles.
Celtics of Boston. It's our team.
There's pretty high standards in Boston. They know that the pressures and that one is not enough.
You win a title, no one can take it away from you. But if you want to be mentioned as part of one of the great teams here, you have to win too.
That's just what Celtic pride is all about. Those are the expectations you have when you put on this uniform.
In a town built on tradition, making history is not something we hope for. It's something we count on.